Mikel Arteta has held Vlahovic to Arsenal talks with Edu and the board of Arsenal. He's convincing them to sign Vlahovic to Arsenal in the summer. Amid him snubbing Arsenal in the January transfer window of 2022, Arsenal look like they're going back for their man that they really failed to get from Sampdoria in 2022. Welcome to this channel. Good morning, guys. How are you and where are you watching us from? Rokani David is my name. We are talking about the list of players nominated to feature into the team of the season of the Premier League. Arsenal is really almost dominating it because Arsenal, I think, has one of the most number of players in this. We are going to discuss about it and who do we expect would have been in and who do we think would have been in. And lastly, we are discussing Gravenberch. Talks have been held by Arsenal, Manchester United and Liverpool representatives with the entourage of Gravenberch. Looks like the lad wants to leave Bayern Munich in the summer. Smash the like button, comment and share. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's see close to 100 likes. Smash on this video as we really talk transfers. Now, looks like Mikel Arteta has gone ahead to really search for a new striker that has or that offers Arsenal something different from Gabriel Jesus and obviously Eddie Nketiah as they prepare for their season, because it's confirmed that they're going to be taking part in 4 competitions, that is the Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. Next season, Arsenal want to compete, not participate in every tournament. Looking like this season they only competed in the Premier League, which they are trying almost to see that trophy slip out of their hands after getting 2 consecutive draws against Liverpool at Anfield and West Ham at the London Stadium. A result that saw Mikel Arteta really very, very sad, and it left him in a somber mood. Now, a story has been reported by Sports O'Rourke. You know him very well. He works for the Footy Insider. He has told us that Arsenal have identified both Dusan Vlahovic and Dominic Calvert-Lewin as striker targets this summer, having narrowed down their options to 2. Sources have told Football Insider. Mikel Arteta has held talks with the board and recruitment team at Arsenal and told them that he would like Vlahovic to be made the priority signing, while Calvert-Lewin backup option if a move fails through. Oh my God. You know, sometimes it baffles me a little bit. Like, Arsenal is really unpredictable, you know. According to how they're letting in goals, with only William Saliba out, it comes to my understanding that maybe Arsenal would have thought of really fast reinforcing that position of Saliba by getting in another central defender. But I think they might be having an option and a plan of sending a right back, and maybe Ben White sometimes might be played in as a backup for William Saliba. But this time round, they are putting more focus onto the center forwards because they know how hard it will be for them next season to really see themselves use only Eddie Nketiah and Eddie Nketiah and Jesus into this side of Arsenal. One will ask me, what of Florent Balogun? Arteta, I think, is not yet convinced that Florent Balogun is really ready to play for Arsenal, because Balogun, having had a very good season, if at all you're a team like Arsenal, you wouldn't like to really stale or to send his next season into stalemate. How would you send it into stalemate? By not playing him game in, game out at Arsenal, because Jesus is undroppable at Arsenal. There is Leandro Trossard and there is Eddie Nketiah. So if you are Mikel Arteta, I think you better sell Balogun off and put out a buyback clause. That's it. If he turns into a world-class striker, there is a buyback clause that will see him return to Arsenal. I've seen very many teams do it. When you look at Lavia, Man City sold Lavia to Southampton and they put a £45 million buyback clause before the end of the summer of 2024. If the summer of 2024 expires, then Southampton will be able to sell Lavia without consulting themselves from Man City. But if they're to sell him this season, they have to first consult Man City whether they are in need of buying, you know. And they are selling him to Man City. He doesn't exceed that amount of money. If they are selling him to another club, they can sell him lower or more than £45 million. And I think that will be the best move for Balogun. And I think that Balogun's story is going to be discussed more tomorrow onto this channel. And I think it's better Arsenal to do that to Balogun. Send him to AC Milan or RB Leipzig, where I think it's a better development ground for him. Put back a £40 million buyback clause, in the next 2 seasons. If at all they don't really buy him in the next 2 seasons, then RB Leipzig or AC Milan will be willing to sell him to another club. I think that will be better. Now, with Mikel Arteta saying that to Balogun to quit Arsenal and selling him, that pulls out Calvert-Lewin in the mix. I know Arsenal has been linked to Calvert-Lewin way back in the season of 2020-2021 summer, but this time around he has not gone ahead to really fire in very many goals because he has been almost injured this season and previous season. But in the season of 2019, in the season of 2020-2021, Calvert-Lewin was really firing up all cylinders at Everton. He scored close to 16 goals a season. That really led to Mikel Arteta to be so much attracted to him. Now, let's zero our attention to Vlahovic. Why I fancy Vlahovic to come in at Arsenal. 1, he's a different kind of striker altogether that Arsenal doesn't have. He's good in the air, good on the foot, meaning that he's good in the air and on the floor. Then his skill set can help him to act as a holder player. He holds up play very well and he plays with his back to goal. That is Vlahovic, meaning that he can play very well with the likes of Trossard, Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus, and you can put Jesus and Vlahovic in the same team and they can operate very, very well. Dusan Vlahovic, I think they can get him at around £80 million. He's a striker that Juventus are willing to sell because they are really having financial constrictions and he's having a very huge salary, and Juventus is looking to offload all those players that are really under huge salaries to see to it that they get back to the levels of not violating what we call the financial fair play in the Serie A and in the Champions League. However much they are fighting back to get the Champions League, but Vlahovic has gotten to know that maybe he made a very wrong decision not to join Arsenal, because in his absence at Arsenal, they went ahead and signed Gabriel Jesus, and right now they are competing for the Premier League. Maybe if he came in through in the winter transfer window of 2020 at Arsenal, he would have found himself scoring goals and taking Arsenal to the Champions League. That would have seen them sign more better players in the summer of 2022. And I think Jesus would have been among, because Arsenal would have been the Champions League. Zinchenko would have been among also. And also spend more money on other players, because Arsenal has not been in the Champions League for very many years, since 2016. But ever since Mikel Arteta returned or came to Arsenal as a manager, Arsenal have gone ahead to spend very many sums of money on players. The first summer of 2020, Arsenal spent close to 100 and was it 130? The next summer they spent £150 million and they outspent any team in Europe. Last summer they spent £130 million, and obviously the January transfer window, Arsenal is going to have to spend 12 on Jorginho plus 27 on Trossard, that is £40 million, and then they had to spend £20 million on Jakub Kiwior, £60 million, meaning that Arsenal are really in great shape and we're preparing for the best days. To me, I think Vlahovic to Arsenal is really a good deal. If at all they happen to really sanction it and obviously take it to its final end, and Vlahovic ends up at Arsenal, that will be a very brilliant signing for Arsenal. That's it, because every team would love to be having 3 center forwards in a season. That's it, 3 center forwards in the season, such that when one gets injured, the other one starts and maybe the other is on the bench. Look at the game of West Ham yesterday. If you're having Vlahovic and you're taking off Jesus and getting Vlahovic, it doesn't look like a drop-off, It's like you're adding more pressure to your opponent. But we all admit that Balogun, maybe Edin Ketia, it's a drop-off if you really get Jesus off. Even if you're bringing in Trossard for Jesus, it's a drop-off for me, because I don't see it happening to that level, and I keep telling people that I'd rather Vlahovic come on for Jesus than a Trossard or an Eddie Nketiah. Though I believe Eddie Nketiah played a very good job when Jesus was away, but obviously if his job was appreciated, they wouldn't have been going in for Vlahovic. They need to be having two serious centre forwards at Arsenal, and Eddie Nketiah coming in through later. Look at Man City, they're having Haaland. After Haaland, they're having Julian Alves. So that's the level at which Mikel Arteta wants to see his team playing at next season. Leaving Vlahovic at that, looks like Arteta, Erik ten Hag and Jurgen Klopp are really in for the 20-year-old Dutch midfielder known as Ryan Gravenberch, who is playing right now at Bayern Munich. Now, Santi Aoumas told us that representatives from Liverpool, Arsenal and Manchester United have all held meetings with Ryan Gravenberch's representatives. United coach Erik ten Hag is a fan of Gravenberch. The player wants to play more, be it at Bayern Munich or elsewhere. A decision will be made very soon. Now, Ryan Gravenberch to Arsenal, first and foremost, he's a very good additive. He can play as a CDM, he can play as a number 8. What does that mean? He can play in the Thomas Partey position and a Granit Xhaka position. And I think he can easily get to that team of Arsenal. He's tall, physically fit, and his prospects are really high. That is Gravenberch. If Arsenal to get him, it will be a very good bargain because at £30 million, he's up for grabs. That is Ryan Gravenberch. Liverpool also are really eyeing in for this player and they want to sign him, meaning that it's really going to be a very, very hard it's going to be a very competitive summer if at all Bayern Munich really say we are selling Gravenberch. But I've said this already on the United Matters channel that unless otherwise Ten Hag doesn't have the money to buy him, that's when Arsenal and Liverpool will be having a chance. You know, remember what happened. Lisandro Martinez was first identified by Arsenal in the December of 2021. 2022, Arteta was all in for him. Lisandro Martinez, before the coming in of Erik ten Hag to Manchester United, was sold out to a move to Arsenal. And he was talking to Arteta, very much impressed to join Arsenal. But guess what happened? Lisandro Martinez called Erik ten Hag. No sooner had Erik ten Hag joined Manchester United and told him, please, if you want me, I'm not going to Arsenal. Unless you say no, that's when I'm going to Arsenal. Then Ten Hag said, get me Lisandro Martinez. And Lisandro Martinez found himself signed for Manchester United. That's the beauty of the player and how Arsenal missed out on this. And I think if Arsenal are in the battle of Gravenberch with Manchester United, if the money is there, I think United wins the battle because Ten Hag will easily have a soft spot onto Gravenberch to join Manchester United. But if at all United won't be able to sign him, I think Arsenal will be having a better spell as in the Champions League, and Liverpool is not in the Champions League. So I think the chances are really 50-50 for Gravenberch to either go to Arsenal or stay at Bayern Munich or go to Liverpool. But I don't think he'll go to Liverpool. They're not playing the Champions League. However, Manchester are going to hate to win 6-1 against Leeds today when there is a team like Arsenal and Manchester United that are in the Champions League and really having brilliant managers that have gone ahead to really show some good game of football into the league this season. Now, after that, let's get deep into what we call the players nominated by the Premier League to compete for the Premier League lineup of the season: best goalkeeper, best defender, best midfielder, and best attacker. Goalkeepers, we are having Nick Pope, Aaron Ramsdale, Alisson Becker, Bernard Leno, and Kepa of Chelsea. To me, I think they've cheated David De Gea. One will say, Rokani, you're saying David De Gea because you're supporting Manchester United. But how would you not have a player that has gone ahead to keep most clean sheets right now in the league on your list? That's abysmal. That's a fiasco, and it's insanico. See to it that they've gone ahead to make such a blunder, according to me. Then the defenders: Gabriel Magalhaes, Arsenal; William Saliba, Arsenal; Kieran Trippier, Newcastle; Steven Boutman, Newcastle; Alexandra Zinchenko, Arsenal. Arsenal dominating this. Chelsea: Thiago Silva, Lisandro Martinez, Manchester United; Ben Mee, Brentford; Luke Shaw, Manchester United; Christian Romero, Tottenham Hotspur, and Ruben Diaz, Man City, meaning that Arsenal really having 3 defenders into the list of the best defenders in the league. Midfielders, Martin Odegaard, Kevin De Bruyne, Casemiro, Rodri, Bruno Guimaraes, Alexis McAllister, Paulina, James Maddison, Solimatch, Brighton, Mitoma, Brighton, Rodrigo Bentancur, Tottenham Hotspur, and Pierre-Emerick Højbjerg, Tottenham Hotspur. And this way I come in and ask, where is Thomas Partey? Where is Thomas Partey? Thomas Partey is supposed to be in this list. You can't tell me that Højbjerg has done a better job than Partey. No way. Partey deserves to be in this. Even Bruno Fernandes deserves to be playing, deserves to be having a spot into this. Others will even make a claim that even Granit Xhaka deserves to be a part of this midfield contention this season. Then we're having attackers Erling Haaland, Bukayo Saka, Harry Kane, Gabriel Martinelli, Jack Grealish, Marcus Rashford, Mohamed Salah, Miguel Almiron, Oli Watkins, Kai Havertz, Riyad Mahrez, and Darwin Núñez. Those are the attackers I'm going to have to choose. So for the attackers, I'm okay with their list. But Thomas Partey deserves to be in, and Bruno Fernandes, according to me. So guys, your thoughts onto Arteta holding Vlahovic talks with Edu to Arsenal are welcome in the comment section below. What are your thoughts about the players that are going to have to be named into the different positions to compete for the best 11 of the league? And Gravenberch, do you think he's going to Manchester United, to Arsenal, or to Liverpool? All that and more into the comment section below. Good morning, my mates. Hope you're having a very wonderful day and morning. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Bye bye, my beautiful mates, my Muslim friends. Ramadan Kareem. Not so? Rokani David is my name. Subscribe to this channel. I congratulate everyone. We've gone ahead to hit 13,000 subscribers. It's really a good achievement. We give thanks back to the Lord.